like a fat slob in clothes that you said that I look nasty in, and my feet are so damn big, and who dressed me, I'm still gonna be making my money. Black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people on God's planet Earth. The things that you say about other black women, but you're an activist, and you are educated, and you are this, and you are that, and you are the other. Find yourself, because a degree does not give you class. Find yourself, because a degree ain't gonna get your stupid into heaven. Find yourself, because being a keyboard thug on social media ain't gonna do nothing but get your ass whipped when somebody walk up on you that don't know, that you don't even know is watching you.
Yeah, honestly, that clip was actually very difficult to listen to. Because it's just the ugliness in the whole thing in general. But let me give a disclaimer. So, this is not a means to bash anyone. Everybody gonna catch strays in this conversation. But the truth of the matter is, this is what I was shocked with. So I went to 3 different threads of discussing this particular video, and there were a lot of people saying, oh, I agree. Oh, I agree with Kelly. I agree with her. It wasn't men. It was other black women. So there's this coin that really has 2 sides to it. So when I think of sisterhood, there are so many benefits to having like-minded people together, to strengthening each other, that understand each other's plights, that can fill in all the gaps and voids of each other's narratives, that share of like a worldview, a very unique worldview. And when it comes to help, when it comes to assistance, when it comes to compassion, this group had to stay close-knit together, because everything I've ever read, from just a few of the books there, it indicates really the same thing. When it comes to support, when it comes to even believing, they're all they got. I've said it many times, when it comes to cruelty, when it comes to plight in general, you have this collective group, or this collective sisterhood, that has a very special bond, because the world does not regard their hurts or emotions. It's almost like they have to prove pain even to say or express it. And I think that's, people use misogyny and things like that. I'm like, it's deeper than that. I will go full throttle and say, oh, it's racial. It's definitely racial, because this is a world thing. This ain't even just America. This is, when it comes to black women, they are not protected across the globe. And it's always the same when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to pain, when it comes to durability. There were sciences, even in history, that supported the idea that they didn't feel as much pain as other groups of women. So there is no shock to me that when they come together, there is a need to empower. There is a need to press. There is a need for uplifting what would be a sisterhood. Even politically, a particular book I read, Sister Citizen, highlights the notion that the only time that any group empathizes with black women is when they want the numbers and their support, because black women are notorious or famous for being the most supportive group. If you have their numbers and you have their passion, you have a movement. Pivotal from civil rights to rights for themselves. The problem is, when they do try to press for rights for themselves, it's really just them. So when it comes to somebody generalizing black women in terms of pain, I think you have to express the reality that nobody looks out for them. I remember going to a conference back in like 2018 or so, of a woman who went to her doctor saying she was curious about a lump that she had near her breast. She talked to two different doctors, women doctors, who said, it's just a lactation bump. You'll be fine. It's not a big deal. She's like, but I had a baby like a year or two ago. Like, it shouldn't be there. She had to talk to, I believe, 4 doctors till they finally believed it might be cancer. And then they looked into it and it was in fact cancer. So those are the types of things that they have to prove, and they're in plain sight, and they can say, I'm tired and I'm hurt. Diagnoses when it comes to death, giving birth, when it comes to general care, they typically are at the bottom. So one has to wonder, like, what do you expect when it comes to attitude or chip? What do you expect from a group that has only been able to rely on themselves when it comes to survival or even empathy in many cases? Even to express that their pain is real. That's a tough conversation to have, because both conversations have to happen at the same time. It's like, yeah, we recognize that there can be this catty or pettiness or even mean girl situation, but in the same breath, we cannot turn our backs on the fact that this was created by everybody else. From the rapes of slave masters and of the abuses from cousins and uncles and fathers in their own homes. You can't blame a group for seeking self-preservation and self-defense when every other group outside of them has been proven to be an attacker. And then there's the even darker side of it, and this is more anecdotal, this isn't research based, but this hurts me to say, I know more Black women who have been raped, who have been sexually assaulted more than not. And 8 times out of 10 is typically by a family member, a male or female family member. So they already have to grow up into a world that has already deemed them less than human. And just, we're not talking 15, 16, 17 either. We're talking 4, 5, 6, and 7. So imagine being introduced to the world and you automatically start out in the negative. That's their plight. But then there's the other side of the coin. What the women in the thread are expressing in terms of the anger, the nastiness, and we gotta be honest, it exists. That's the tough part to say. It exists. Of course, and we can be, there's generalizations, not everyone, we get that, but it's noticeable. It's something that it's a narrative that can be expressed, that can be discussed, and that can be pointed out. And again, as I said, this isn't other groups of people pointing it out. They're pointing it out about each other. And I'm like, wow. In fact, I remember several years ago, there was a group that specialized in trying to tend to what we would call mean girls and trying to convert mean girls into recognizing that they're mean girls. And I guess that actually alludes to the Kelly Price video. It's like, at what point does a group, though they need the empowering, though it's beautiful to have the unity, but this same group also has this clause when it comes to, there's a certain loyalty to it. I actually know several people personally who have expressed going to Black women therapists and having to change therapists because they felt bullied, or they felt that the counselor was projecting their issues onto them. And it's like, yo, and we're not talking 1 or 2 people. I'm like, it's one of those things. It's like, well, what can you say? Well, what? And the truth is, several things can be true at the same time. Is this group the least protected? Yes. Is this group the least empathized with? Yes. There are some discussions that really need to be had. But a lot of those discussions also need a certain empathy as well as an apology, because the truth is sometimes anguish is created when protection is lost.